Well, tonight, President Biden will renew his call for Congress to pass pieces of his Build Back Better agenda as a way to fight inflation. Foreign policy is also likely to take a bigger role with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. CBS News political reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns is joining us now from the Capitol with more. Caitlin, I got to welcome you to our show because it's been a long time and I haven't talked to Caitlin on this show.
I think Caitlin has been with us once since we launched, right, Caitlin, if I recall?
Because you know who she's talking to. The later shows.
That's right. You're not hanging out with us. You're hanging out with those red and blue peeps.
You know why? Because I am very, very early these days with our new baby. So it's great to be back with you both from maternity leave.
Well, congratulations. I'm really happy that you are back. So let me ask you, State of the Union address, how critical is this for the president?
Good morning. Well, this is, of course, a critical speech for the president, but it is extra important this time around because not only is he speaking to an anxious audience here at home, but also a global one, given the crisis in Europe and the war in Ukraine. Now, this is going to be key for the president. I think this would be a very different speech if he gave it a couple of weeks ago, but given the Russian invasion of Ukraine, that makes this front and center, and the president's team has been recalibrating the speech to address that. In our CBS News polling out today, the president does get wide bipartisan support for steps the administration has taken in light of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but he's also facing a very anxious public here at home with the economy and inflation top concerns.
So, Caitlin, we've done several stories. In fact, Tony DeCopel just did a story earlier this morning on families and how they're feeling the pinch of inflation, even though by all economic measures, by a number of economic measures, including job growth, including the growth of the economy is strong, the stock market is up, but inflation remains high, which is where people are really feeling it.
That's exactly right. And talking to Democratic lawmakers up here over the past couple of weeks, they know that their constituents are very concerned about the rising costs. And they say, yes, even if the economy looks good on paper, even those jobs numbers that you just mentioned look good, how people are feeling in terms of the rising costs of regular goods that they need every day, gas prices, although that is not something, of course, the president can control, that is a measure by which regular Americans use to kind of measure their own personal economy. So talking to Democratic lawmakers a couple of weeks ago, they were saying that they do want to see the president address the issue of inflation because they know that's something their constituents are talking about and grappling with. And in our CBS News poll, the president receives bad grades when it comes to the economy. About over 60% say that they disapprove of the way he's handling the economy, and they're concerned about making everyday purchases and just trying to get by. And so that's something you're likely to hear addressed in some form in the speech tonight. And that is very critical for Democrats as they're heading into a midterm election year. They know the economy is top of mind for a lot of people who are going to be making a decision about who controls Congress.
You know, Ed had said that if the president was writing this speech even just a few days ago, it might be significantly different because of what's happening in Ukraine. How much of the speech do you think will be geared towards what's happening overseas?
Well, you can expect that it will be key for this speech, not only because you have an American audience watching, wondering what our involvement is going to be in terms of U.S. troops. Remember, the president has said that no U.S. troops will be sent to fight in Ukraine, but we do see bipartisan support for protecting NATO allies in our polling. And you've also seen the president address concerns last week about what this all means for Americans here at home. What kind of impact this will have on gas prices, given that Russia is a top exporter of oil and gas. What kind of economic impact will this have for Americans? But you also have a global audience watching this, of course, because the president has been working the diplomatic route to really unite the West against Russia. We will likely see him address that in some form or fashion. So an American audience very much listening to the impacts here at home, and a global audience looking to see what America's role in the world is and how the president assesses that as well.
All right, Caitlin Huey-Burns for us on the Hill. Caitlin, we thank you.
Thank you.
You can read Caitlin's full report on our website, cbsnews.com.